So if you play guitar in church and are looking for a pattern that you can use to play worship and you don't know how to get started, this video is for you. Alright, so I created a video that talks about how I play worship in church. Like as a guitarist, what do I think about? Okay, how do I start from? Where do I start from? And all of that. If you have questions like that, this video is for you. Alright, so in this video, let me just play something and then I'll explain my process. And if you have not watched that other video, just kindly watch it because it's going to make a lot of sense. Okay, so we have first step, find the key of the song. Right, step 2, the chord progression. What are the chords you are playing? Alright, and if you don't know how to find a chord progression, I've created a video on that in the channel. Please check the description below to find it because it's going to be helpful. And then usually you're not playing alone, right? You're playing with a team. You have a piano player always, so it's easy to just ask the piano player, please, what song are you playing, or the bassist too, right? Because sometimes as guitarists, the first approach you have or the default thing to do is to start. A lot of people, I don't know, it's a pattern, right, common with people who are just starting out. You just want to start experimenting with scales. Like there are different situations where you can do this, like using scales, you can play scales and it's going to make sense, right? But I prefer it to sound like a journey, like you're transitioning from one point to another. Let it be more of like a build up, right, from one level to another. All right, so the chords, here I am 1, here I am 2, 5, here I am 2, then 6, then 4. All right, so once you figure that out, the next thing to start thinking about is the variations of chords. Now I'm playing major chords. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down. I'm playing the key of D, alright? Here I am to B minor, you're my God. Alright? So I want you to do the same thing. Just pick up your guitar and try to figure out the same chords with me. We can play the D, here I am to, this is A major, here I am to B minor, you're my G major. Alright, after you do that, then you should start thinking of what variation of chords can I play to sound cool, because the keyboardist is also, let's assume that your piano player is holding the same chords as you, right? It's going to sound kind of muddy. So what you want to do is to create another variation, play another variation of chords that would complement what the piano player is playing. Alright, so what I usually do, I can play suspended chords, source chords, and also the octave matters too. So instead of playing here, I think this is a good ground to play though. I would have said it should come somewhere. Nah, this would be this will sound too high. This is too high. When I'm starting out, I wouldn't want to just play high. Like I said, this is just my process. This is how I think, all right? So I wouldn't just want to come and start playing here because it's going to stress me. Nah, it's going to be stressful for me. So I'll choose to start here. So I'll play suspended chords. Here I am to my D sus. Here I am to. Then since my 1, 4, and 5 use the same shape, I can just simply move this to my where there's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you don't know what I just did, this is the major scale I just played. I've taught how to do that in my video where I explain how to solo on one string, so check it out. So here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, right? Here I am to sing that you're my God. 4. Can you hear that? It sounds more colorful than worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to. I mean, this works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but to create that variety and color. All right. That's step 2. Is that step 2 or step 3? Anyone? The next thing to start thinking about is still on variation of chords. All right. And I think I would like to add, you can play around triads. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. So what I'm doing, I'm playing the 1, 3 of every chord. So here I am to 1, 3. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're all together. Can you see that? So pick up the guitar and do the same for yourself and hear how it makes sense. See how it connects, alright? So after you do that, then you can start thinking of, maybe you can start thinking of scales at this point, right? Or you can start thinking of licks. You can start thinking of, or let's think of scales. How do I play scales now? So the first scale I can use is my major scale. I can just play around the major scale. But here is a secret trick I'm using. When I'm playing any notes that I'm playing, any note I'm emphasizing, I'm conscious of the chord playing at the background. So when a D is playing, the notes I'm going to land on or play should be a note in D. So when I can either play a D, an F sharp, or a G. So when alright, so to me. So when a D is playing, I can play here I am to me. So here I am to, right? So I'm breaking it down, right? So what I'm just simply doing is called chord tones, and if you don't know how to solo using chord tones, please watch my playlist on soloing. It's going to blow your mind. If you are looking for a more structured and detailed tutorial for soloing, I have an intermediate course that covers all of that. So I want you to check it out, alright? So after I target that, here I am to, so here I am to, here I am to, you're my God, you're out to. Do you see what I'm doing? From every chord that is playing, right? So if it's a D, I'll play 3 notes after D. That's the 1. Here I am to do re mi. Here I am to. Then the 5. Da la da sol la ti. Then the next chord is La. Here I am to say that you're my God. So this is when you want to start thinking in scales and patterns of scales, alright? Okay, then you're all together. All together. All together. To me. Then what you can play is also fifths, right? Fifths is my 1. You know my every chord is 1, 3, 5, right? So instead of playing 1, 3, 5, I'm playing only 1 and 5. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. Now remember that worship is something that flows. It's atmosphere dependent. So you must be intentional about the atmosphere and the music, right? At that point, the kind of emotion you want to create. You want to drive people's emotions. You want to complement what the piano player is playing. It is not just about you, right? It's about what is going on at that point. So you should be intentional about what other players are playing too, alright? Then you can start, when the music gets heated, you can start playing around other scales. Right? And another approach, a final approach I'll just teach you is how you can use the melody lines of the songs. Da 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 da. Right? And I think I've actually done a video that does justice to that. What I simply explain in that video is like the da 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 da. Let me give you an example. Da da da. Let's pick these 3 notes. Da da da. Let's imagine that I already know how to play my major scale. If I want to figure out the melody of the song, I have to vocalize it. Da da da. Then I go back to my major scale. Is it da? No. Is it da? So you have to use the melody you are singing. Da da. Then match it with the notes of the major scale. If it matches the note you are playing, then that is the melody. So ta ta no ta. Okay. So ta da da. All right. So ta da da da. Da. That's pretty simple, I guess. Yeah. So that is how I play worship in church. This is part of the series already. If you're enjoying this series, just drop your comments and what kind of videos you want to see. If you have questions on worship, right, hit me in the comment section. And like I usually say, don't just watch. Pick up your guitar and practice, right? Listen to other worship songs, watch tutorials, and they're going to help you. And I've also created another playlist other than this series I'm working on, and I'm going to link all of that in the description. If this is your first time, I believe you watch and you found this helpful, you watched to this point. If you haven't subscribed, do that now because you're going to see more videos like this. Thank you, and I'm going to see you in the next video.